All right, so I want to bring you all up to speed on the fourth flip that I now have in contract, and sort of give you the story and the story behind the story. So, with that, again, just a consistent message. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit the like button. Leave a comment with any questions. And as always, if you like this video, go ahead and share it with friends and family, as it's going to cover some interesting stuff about real estate investing. As always, go through the details, kind of the same format of all the flips. We're going to review the property and the details behind the property. We'll give you the sort of plan and estimates and where I want to sort of take this investment. Also talk about what this looks like when a friend and family decides to invest side by side with me. This one actually has a story behind the story, as I call it good karma, as something changed right as I was creating this story. So I've actually went in and added the story behind it. And then we'll just always keep you updated on the progress. So again, this one's sort of word of mouth and reputations matter. I've said that before, and this is just more proof of that. Being known as an active buyer looking for properties that are not for everyone means that people will seek you out, and sometimes you will be able to find opportunities that aren't brought to others, and this is an example of that. Also have seen, just like during the real estate crash, where there's a lot of REO agents that sort of control inventory, there are wholesalers and the like that are very good at what they do and have huge marketing budgets and get to attract the people that want to sell quickly. And if you can get in and be a consistent buyer with them, good things can happen. My ability to close with one wholesaler led to the introduction to another one, and that's how this transaction came to be. We had a quick conversation, make sure we clicked with each other, and we sort of were on the same page. Wanted to make sure we knew what was going on. That went well. He agreed to give me a shot, and in the next couple of days sent over a couple of potentials. The first couple I passed on, but as you'll see, I said yes to the third one that he sent over. Ideally, I'd like to be known as a top 5 buyer for this individual, but more importantly, the number 1 buyer for the unique stuff that I look at, solid rental properties. I don't need the flips. They're going to go to owner occupants and the like. So this one's actually 2-house deal, and this is not 2 houses on one lot. This is actually 2 houses just next door neighbors, sort of controlling a little part of a block. Again, separate APNs, separate meters, separate mailboxes. They're just separate houses, happen to be owned by the same individual. Again, they are legit. Just they easily could be 2 different owners, and most streets are, just not in this case. It's in an area that I think is always going to be rentals. It's actually in what is a semi or a commercial area. There's a little half a block or 2 half a blocks with houses, but around it are commercial, which is good for rentals, right? It's very private. It's not a lot of activity at night. But again, it's not going to be like your quasi neighborhood. There's going to be owner occupant and the like. But again, it's a solid area to be in for rentals and for landlords. They're rented below market, significantly below market in my opinion. So one of the things again that we'll have to do is we'll have to go in and raise rents. In this case, raise rents hundreds of dollars, and we'll do that via the 60-day notice process. I haven't been inside yet, but again, haven't done this enough. The total estimate's about 12 grand or so per house. I will add a privacy fence up front. It seems like a lot of the houses on the street have that. These 2 being the only ones that don't, so I figured I would do that just to match the neighborhood. And again, they're relatively small, as you'll see in a minute. So even if we had to redo everything, it's not going to get much past 25, and I couldn't imagine a budget more than 30K if we had to go in and really gut the bathrooms and the like, which I'm not expecting to do given they're already rented, but you never know. So here they are. You can sort of see them side by side. It was a picture taken. The one on the left, I believe, is actually a 3-bedroom. The one on the right is a 2-bedroom. It's funny that the 3-bedroom is actually smaller square footage. Again, these must be small bedrooms, but the roofs are in good shape, as you can see. They've been recently painted, and you can see there that a fence there would be nice to do. As you can see just off to the right, the neighbor has one, and it's pretty consistent. So we'll just go ahead and add that. We're going to purchase these 2 houses to combine for $145, or you can think $72.5 each. however you would like. A couple of grand in closing costs. Again, estimating $25,000 in make ready. So total investment is going to be $172,000. I'm estimating the sale of this at 230 grand, somewhere between 250 and 210. Again, sort of splitting the middle. Sort of 15K in estimated selling costs. Commissions like probably a little bit high, but again, trying to use round numbers. So again, if you sort of take the middle, in this particular opportunity, it looks like it's going to be about 33,000 in profit, all said being equal. Actually, I got the numbers wrong here. So it's actually 43 grand. I didn't change this other one, so it's 43,000 in estimated profit. I didn't make that change in my slide formatting. So again, friend's going to be the partner on this. Is going to come in for the 145. It's actually the same partner who's on the first one. Going to be sending out mortgage payments of $725 a month while we go through this process. Interesting enough, this individual wants to add to his portfolio but doesn't have any time, so he's actually asked me to create a pro forma, and that will be the next video you see of what this could look like if he bought it once this is all done. Again, so upon closing, this individual will get $8,600 in profit, or 20% of the estimate. And again, this one's just going back to sometimes good karma pays off. Turns out this seller of these two houses actually had a third one he wanted to sell. He was initially asking 70 to 75K. It was such a small house, and it didn't really offer the room for me to sort of increase it and sell it for retail. However, after putting these two under contract, his motivation changed and suddenly wanted to get rid of the third one even more. He didn't want to be stuck with just this third one. So he decided to lower his asking price all the way down to 45K. And again, that $25,000 in savings took that from a so-so transaction to one that I was willing to do. Again, this is sort of a benefit to the seller because now he has one buyer coming in 10 days later, no fuss, no appraisals, no conditions, and we're off and running, and he's got his cash. So here's the third house. Again, sort of purchase price is going to be 45K. It is small. It's only a 1-1. Something to note, though, again, it's small if you're thinking owner-occupant. It's great as a rental. I have several small houses that even some one bedrooms, and they people move in, individuals, older folks move in, and they love it. They get a little bit lower rent considerably for houses, right? You can rent these for usually the cost of a bigger apartment. But they get all the benefits of owning their own, or living in their own home. So again, purchase price is 45, closing costs, make ready. It's so small, I can't imagine it being more than that. Total investment will be 55 grand. I think we can sell this for 90. Again, sort of between 80 and 100. It's going to be to a landlord who's looking to get rent. Selling cost of 5K. So if we split the difference, 90 minus 55 minus 5 leaves 30K in profit. Sort of 4 to 6 months. Again, it's rented. This one's actually not so far below market, but is still below market. So this tenant may choose to stay when we raise rents, but we will see. This one, because it barely meets my profit criteria of 30 grand, I'm actually not going to bother going out and getting a partner. I want to make sure that the deals I put out there net myself 30 grand, at least has the potential to, or else it's really not worth the risk. So in this case, given how skinny it is, I'm going to keep this one and just see if it makes sense. So again, there's the deal. There's the fourth flip. Actually comes with 3 different houses. Should be interesting to put this all together. And thank you for listening.